HUD and it's a federal matter, talk to the state. Talk to the state, it's more of a county matter. Talk to the county, it's a local matter. Well, now it's a local matter. That's why I'm bringing it up. But we have called the Saratoga County Public Health. They say there's nothing you can do to help us. We have called the Environmental Services New York State Department of Health. They said there's nothing they can do to help us. We have called the Saratoga County Social Service. They said there's nothing they can do to help us. We have called the Infectious Diseases Saratoga County Public Health. They said there's nothing they can do to help us. We have called HUD. There's nothing they can do to help us. And I'm ready to put a letter to Congress on this to see if somebody can help us. Or maybe our governor, who used to be in charge of HUD, I believe, can make a phone call and ask why his vice president, basically, for the state only makes $456 more than this gentleman. Well, I am going to request the following. I'm first going to request Commissioner Matisse in the Public Safety, and I'm sorry to throw this on you, I could not make the meeting this morning. I believe on one of your agenda items, 7 or 8 or 9 tonight, that you have Dr. Polakowski as our Public Health Officer. I'm going to request, and I voted for this guy every year. It seems like he's been around a lot because I heard his name mentioned earlier on one of the committees. That as our public officer, that this may be a federal building, but it's still a city authority, that he goes in along with the fire department and inspects these units over there to find out what the situation is. But look, I talked to a private company who I know very well, who buys and sells beds, sells new beds, used beds. They told me that the one they took out was as infested as they ever seen with bed bugs. I would also ask the board of directors, and some of these people I know and highly respect, to come to a special council hearing, an open public hearing. I would like them to sit up front here like we did our workshops and explain to me how these increases were offered and why they voted and what the reasoning for. We had Denny Brunel come up here and said, and I've heard everything he said, and I may be defensive, I really don't give a rat's, a lot, that this guy was well worth it, and he deserves every penny, and if he could, he'd pay him more. I want to find out how. In the private sector, if you won the lottery, you're not going to make this type of money, and I want to know why. I would like to have a meeting on a Tuesday, on an off-council meeting, maybe since it's 3 weeks in between, potentially on January 31st at 7 p.m. I'm not trying to overstep the mayor's bounds or anybody else's bounds here. And I've been trying to sit in the background on this to get some answers. But he's here, apparently he was in Florida or Vegas or somewhere, and he's been busy. But I want some answers on this, because I've just heard too much, and